Imagine a world where the temperature never rises above 5 degrees centigrade. Where there's no escape from the elements, neither wind, dust, or the ever-present rain. Imagine a world with almost no food, no drinkable water, or a reliable internet connection. These are the grueling conditions of one of the few remaining wildernesses on Earth, covering only 1/1000th of the land of our planet. To live here demands the most extraordinary survival strategies. This is Sweden's biggest university that isn't a university. This is Högskolan i Borås, in Borås. It's been raining for 68 million years. Life here for a student is as hard as it gets. Pack of teaching students. One of the very few species that endures this educational establishment's glacial temperature and lack of vital resources. "14 days and 5,000 words written, and they still haven't received any clear instructions on the latest examination paper. They will have to take the matter into their own hands if they want to survive out here. Hunting down a teacher is now their only mode of survival. But hunting here in these grueling conditions presents special problems. But the students don't have much time, and they need answers. A university professor. The only staff within a 20-mile radius. Alone without the rest of its faculty, it's defenseless. Out here, there's no cover for an ambush, so it'll have to be a straight chase. The students have failed. Each failed hunt brings the students closer and closer to informational starvation, or worse, getting expelled. These are desperate times. No other species is better adapted to living in this environment and the unique conditions that come with it than the teacher-student. All at once, this miraculous individual can work on the latest hand-in, take notes, and plan their weekend activity, all while listening attentively to a lecture. Their eyes, almost useless at a greater distance, has been perfectly adapted to see and distinguish the blurry shapes of a stressed lecturer's handwriting on the whiteboard. These chairs, hard as rock and unforgiving on the back, would be almost unbearable for any normal living creature. But the teacher-student has adapted, and a specially developed layer of fat and muscle tissue has given them the ability to endure these torturous conditions for hours on end. With coffee some days being the only sustenance available to the teacher-student, they have developed an almost spooky ability to always carry with them a cup, regardless of the amount of books, papers, laptops and takeout containers they carry. Lectures, required reading and classwork, together with the necessity of working on the side at any chance they get, leaves the teacher-student with very little free time. That means that for the student, the only possibility of finding a mate for procreation is if they by chance happen to run into one during their normal everyday activities. Happily for our teacher-student, the lack of free time and the subsequent absence of a life means that their standards are extremely low, and most of the species individuals will settle for almost anything and sees any living and breathing fellow student as a potential mate. It seems like our young teacher-student has found a potential mate at the local watering hole, a healthy and perky ämneslärarstudent. Teacher-students mate for life, or at least for the remainder of the 4 years they are forced to spend in Borås. And our eager teacher-student must now find out if this new acquaintance is a match by performing an intricate mating ritual that involves working together on a group project without strangling one another, giving each other helpful and nuanced feedback on each other's papers, as well as finishing a meal together alone without any awkward silence. It looks like our teacher-student has successfully convinced their potential mate. Soon they will procreate and together produce a beautiful baby. Det vill säga ett examensarbete värdigt ett VG. But everything is not just fine yet. It seems like trouble is heading towards the young couple. A rival wants to challenge the ämneslärarstudent for the chance at procreating with our fertile teacher-student. The two combatants try to look tough and intimidate their opponent. When this attempt clearly fails, they recede to the only option they have left, comparing högskolepoäng. This quickly puts an end to the fight, and with the ämneslärarstudent as the clear and unambiguous winner, the rival leaves the scene, ashamed and alone. Left is only our loving couple. They will soon have to separate for the day, with one having a lecture on the idiosyncratic nature of the psychoneurological pathways of learning, and the other attending a workshop in paper glue usage. But not before exchanging Snapchat handles and promising each other to soon meet again. The teacher-student is truly an astonishing species, but it's only one of the hundreds of diverse and marvelous species that you can find in the unique environments of Högskolan i Borås. And only one teeny tiny part of all life on our planet Earth.